G'day, everybody. Welcome to the FightFit Podcast. Got Nick Carra on the podcast today. How are we today, mate?
I'm very good, thanks.
You pumped for the podcast?
No, you know what? Bit nervous, but yeah.
Lucky it's not live, man. Last time we had a bit of an intrusive computer staring at you. It's better now this way. Yeah. The little GoPro.
Once I get into it, I'm all right.
Yeah. What's going on, man? How's things at the moment?
Things are very good. Just cruising along, training people at FightFit in Collingwood. Little baby girl. Over the moon, finally get to be a dad. So
how old's your girl?
She was born New Year's Day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This year?
This year.
So it's 6 months old, 7 months old?
7 months in August.
How's
August
it all
1st.
going?
Pretty amazing, yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Did you watch the UFC on the weekend?
I didn't. I was out. We had a funeral. Faisal's dad passed away.
Oh, okay.
Faisal was part of FightFit. Dad passed away, so went that. But I heard 5 rounds. I've seen the interviews after,
Holloway.
and Edgar looked banged up. Holloway didn't even look like he got touched.
Holloway's just freaking incredible the way he just puts it on. Like he just gets in your
Volume,
face and
in
just
your
volume
face,
of punches.
He can take a punch too, so he can afford to do that, but it doesn't get punched.
He got beaten up by Poirier.
Well,
but it's because he was so powerful though.
Well, Poirier's sitting at that weight for how long? And he's comfortable at that weight. And Max, although Max did the weight cut pretty good, I think. I think it might just have a couple of fights at that weight division so he can get used to that weight division. You know what I mean? Might train heavier and then cut down to that weight as opposed to just cutting less. So
it's crazy to think how different it is though from 145 to 155. Just because Poirier looked massive compared to Max.
But you know what? These guys, I didn't know about the weight cuts. Weight cut, when I was fighting, I was sitting on 87, 86, 87. I stopped eating McDonald's the week before and I'm on 83. So really? I didn't know but they do it based on, I think from the wrestlers, how they cut a lot of weight. And I only realised about this weight cut when I was on the Australia versus UK, the Smashers, right?
Yeah.
And they're weighing about 87 kilos and they've got to weigh 77.
But they're just cutting water weight.
You know what I mean? But and I just don't think that's healthy. But that's why they cut a lot of weight.
So would you prefer to fight at a heavier weight and just be healthy?
I didn't know. You know what I mean? I just think you can't rehydrate in one day. You can rehydrate the body to look full, but what about your chin? What about your head? We saw
it a few weeks ago. That Aspen Ladd girl last week. I'm not sure if you saw that, but she had a really brutal weight cut, and she got up onto the scales, and she literally looked like she was about to pass out.
When she fought Cyborg, or the one before?
That was the one the week before, and she looked like. And every time she was trying to take her clothes off to weigh in, and she looked like she was struggling to even lift her arms up. It was just pain, and she gets knocked out in 30 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. She fought Aspen Ladd fought Durandramine.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, mate. That girl, 48-0 in kickboxing, mate.
Yeah,
she's a Dutch girl. She's good.
Yeah.
And you see, what's the other UFC guy?
James Vick. Yeah,
James Vick when he fought
6'3", fighting at 155.
You see when he weighed on scales, he was just
looked like a crackhead.
Depleted. So so how can you refuel? And you're gonna cop one little punch with those little gloves, and then it's over.
Yeah.
So I just don't think that's healthy.
Have you seen what they're doing with ONE FC? How they're doing the new weight system? So they do hydration tests and body tests, and they make you fight at a certain weight.
Good. They do weeks out, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. I think the board here used to do, you fight at this weight, it needs to come out and check your weight, or you have to tell them your weight 2 weeks out, week out, and whatnot. You know what I mean? I think I heard something like that.
Sport's dangerous enough. You know, like when you're fighting at that higher level, you're normally getting into the ring with somebody who's a pretty hard hitter.
Well, that's right. You know what I mean? And especially with those little gloves. Didn't a young kid I think it was a Melbourne-based kid in Thailand, he died from cutting weight.
Yeah, it's what's happened.
Long ago, it was in Bangkok. One of the young kids, I forgot his name. That's cutting weight, and you're trying to cut weight there, and they try to make you cut weight, you know. But that heat and all that, I just don't think that's good.
Yeah. So did you have to see it firsthand? I mean, because you, for a bit of background, worked on The Ultimate Fighter as a striking coach in the Australia versus England series. And when I've seen on The Ultimate Fighter, sometimes because these guys aren't as experienced with cutting weight, the night before they're in the bath, they've got all the towels on them. They're wearing bin bags wherever they're going.
I've got a story about that. There was one guy got out for some health reasons. So they found a replacement. Now, this kid, because a fight pick, you don't know who you're fighting. So if you don't know who you're fighting, right, it's fight pick, weigh in, fight. That's how it works. Fight pick, weigh in, fight. So wouldn't you know that you're going to be on a show or a reserve for the show? Wouldn't you know to keep your weight down?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, this kid came in there. They picked him, being a newbie, plus he couldn't cut. They'll say, he wouldn't be able to cut weight. George Soteropoulos and the wrestling coach, forgot his name. I didn't know these weight cuts, how they did it. Sauna, ice baths and towels, this, that. It was all new to me. Like I said, I just watched what I ate the last week at night.
Yeah.
And maybe I have to dry out the night before and not eat and jump on scales. I was under. I was half a kilo under. Mate, this kid was hallucinating. You could do it. And they were putting him back in and sauna. Mate, this kid's going to die. But in the end, he didn't end up fighting. Like, he was hallucinating. He didn't know where he was. It was pretty scary.
Wow.
Just to fight. But I'm thinking, you're going to be on a show. You know the weight class you're going to fight at. Okay, you're a reserve anyway. Okay, so, these things happen. People get injured, they'll call you in. Wouldn't you keep your weight as close to the weight that you're going to fight at?
Yeah, you would think
And that was pretty scary. I was like, fuck,
and
he's going to die.
At this weight before, right?
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he applied, for the casting or whatever they do. And for that weight.
Who was he fighting? Do you remember?
Oh, I can't remember. I really can't remember.
And it was always one Aussie versus one English.
One Aussie UK till all of them fought each other.
Was that the one that George Soteropoulos was on?
Yes.
Yeah, because I remember watching that and he had the story of obviously he'd just decided that he was going to be a UFC fighter like a year before or something like that, didn't he?
George?
Yeah. Wasn't he like reasonably new to the sport?
No, I think he was like he was ranked top 10, top 5.
Who there was.
He got up there.
I can't remember who there was, but it was one of those shows. There was like a really cool story of one of the Aussie guys who had decided like a few years before that he was just going to sell everything.
Well, George did sell everything.
Yeah.
He did go to America. He went to obviously Brazil, Japan, Thailand.
Yeah.
Based himself in America.
But he wasn't new to the sport.
Nah, this guy was born in jiu-jitsu, born in martial arts.
Yeah.
He was training out of Geelong, which gym, it's a John Will's gym, whatever, Geelong. Like he was an elite, like a proper martial artist. You know what I mean? He was there. He was born into that stuff. Yeah. And then he was doing to get the hands better because I think he had some local fights here. Don't quote me on it, but I think he did. Then he wanted to get better, so he was doing PTs with me, doing sparring with me, boxing or whatever. So then he'll have boxing fights, so get his hands better. Then he'll do out Thailand, they have Thai boxing fights, get his legs better, hands and feet better. And then end up going to America. And
that's probably where my confusion is. Yeah. Because I remember him being really good on the ground and being a really good jiu-jitsu guy.
Really good, yeah. Really good.
Yeah.
He's really good. And I didn't realize how good he was as a trainer. I mean, I didn't know him as a trainer. I knew him as a person. I knew how he fights. But a trainer, he was, very technical, and he cared.
Doesn't he own a gym in Collingwood now?
Collingwood, yeah. Omega, I think Omega Martial Arts or something.
I'd love to get him on the podcast. He seems like such a cool dude.
Yeah, I can get him on, mate. No worries. I'll get you.
Please do.
Yeah.
So who else was on that? Robert Whittaker was obviously...
Robert Whittaker... a lot of the boys, I forgot a lot of names. Yeah, Robert Whittaker. The Freak Show was on for the UK team, the Colin... He was a pretty good guy. Yeah. He was the one who came out with the mask and all that, clowns. And all that.
Was Bisping as well?
Bisping, nah.
Was he involved?
Nah. He had a poster of him up there. I didn't know anyone about anyone on that show.
Really?
George trying to get me in contact. I was in Thailand.
Yeah.
Right? And George was trying to get me in contact for a while on Skype, emails, everything. And I'd avoid it because I was up, I was up to I was doing my thing now after just having a bit of a good time. Yeah. Too much of a good time. And in the end, I replied, and he goes, Jick, we're doing this show, The Ultimate Fighter, the Contender Series. I want you to be my striking coach. So I'm like, okay, whatever, but I didn't take it serious. So I kept on doing my own thing. He kept on trying to get in contact. In the end, I answered again. He goes, Nick, we need to fly you out here. Well, I go, well, all right. I thought, this is going to happen. So, they flew me first business class out.
Oh, wow.
And all of a sudden, I'm in Sydney, Fox Studios, a couple of days later.
Well, what did you think when you first got there?
I didn't know. I never watched reality TV.
So when you saw the studios and the camera setups and like the these two teams and everything. What were you thinking?
I didn't see. I've never seen it, so I didn't know what to expect. I thought I had to play up for the camera.
Yeah.
Right, and I did. I was being a pest. But there was a job to do, you know what I mean? So I just took that on board, and this is what we're going to do. We train twice a day. We trained and they trained, and we always cross paths like that. They trained and we trained in the evening. So it was quite easy. I mean, the boys didn't even know how to check.
Check kicks?
They didn't know how to check a kick.
Really?
They didn't, lifting your leg up. You don't check a kick lifting your leg up. There's an angle you got to do. There's hands. Surprisingly, they're representing Australia, and the defenses was really bad.
So you thought that you said, like, we're licking your lips, like, hello, I can teach these guys a whole lot.
Well, who's teaching them stand up? You know what I mean? To block a head kick, they just have one hand up. That's not blocking a head kick. If you got some guy that can kick, Steve McKinnon, Stuart McKinnon, Corbett, you know what I mean? Paul Swinski or myself or whatever that could kick, mate, you're breaking your hand. Something called all these ties that can kick, you're breaking a hand. They just think that's a block. Just lift the hand up to block. That's not blocking a kick, a head kick. And checking, lifting your leg up, that's not checking a kick, just lifting your leg up. Yeah. You know, there's an angle. You got to be strong in your stance. You got to, you know, things like that. They didn't know anything. They just knew attack.
Wow.
No defense, attack. So it was like, am I allowed to swear? Because sometimes
go swear.
Okay. So it's like, it's just the way I talk. It's like, fuck. What do I teach them? They're fighting soon, mate. In 6 weeks later, they're fighting. They don't know how to check.
That's the dilemma, isn't it? Do you teach them more, or do you just, okay, this is what they've got. Let's try.
Well, that's what I had to do, because I can't overload them with stuff, because there's a saying. If you want to teach someone nothing, show them everything. But when I don't even know how to check, fuck, that's beginner shit. Yeah. But all respect to them, they're doing how many other disciplines? 5, 6 different. So, you know, I get it. But fuck, man. You know, they're jabbing and they got their hands down. You know what I mean? They're not blocking properly. They're not parrying properly. They don't know how to redirect properly.
But these days, like the fighting's so technical that you'll see very often people will go into a UFC fight and they will just target your legs. And if you're not checking those kicks properly, your calves and legs are going to get kicked to shit.
Yeah, 5-minute rounds. Yeah, 5 minutes is a long time getting kicked. And then you got another 2 rounds after that for a 3 round.
There's only so many kicks you can take as well.
Right.
I mean,
you know what I mean? And once you start worrying about your legs, all the other stuff goes. You know what I mean? You start panicking your legs. There's no balance. You try to throw punches half-heartedly, worried about the kick. And then you try to might go defend. His legs are hurt. Even if you get punched in the leg when you're on the ground, it hurts when your legs are corked, you know?
Yeah. One of the features of Rob Whittaker's game is that head kick he throws now. Did he have that in his locker when you were teaching him?
All right. Now, with Rob Whittaker, Rob, I'll tell you about Rob. He was one of them. He stood out, like as in his determination, his confidence, and he wanted to learn. Good. I was sparring the boys, and I was catching Rob with a head kick all the time, and he goes, "How are you fucking doing that?" I go, "Well, this is how I do it. I do like a jab cross," and he reacted on my cross, and my right leg goes bang, a head kick. It's similar to what he's doing now. I'm not saying. All I know is, I showed it. He was asking me about that, and I was getting them all the time. He's doing that. How many people has he knocked out? Especially if he throws a 1-2 and they're going out to the right side. Right kick comes, bang. And I'm like, wow. I'm sure he will acknowledge it. If we have him here, he'll acknowledge it, because that's what
he very often throws that, where he throws that jab and then he follows up that cross with the head kick.
People react, and there's not 1-2 pulled back then a head kick. It's 1-2 head kick comes out. It's like you're doing jab cross cook. So jab cross head kick comes out, because what happens? People react on the punch. They're that far away, perfect for the kick.
I saw a beautiful combination the other day, just scrolling through Instagram, and it wasn't even that technical or anything, but this guy threw a jab and he went to throw the right, but he threw the right but missed on purpose, and as he missed, he just came through with the momentum of his kick, and it just looked beautiful.
I've clocked a lot of people in sparring, a lot of guys in Thailand, like elite fighters come to Thailand to train for a training camp, and again, I'll throw a right hand and these guys try to slip. And they slip, and when you throw a right hand, we try you slip. Right? I'm like, okay. Yeah. I threw it again, and you slip. This guy's had about 80 fights. I've only had 24. But, you know, I've been in the game for a long, long, long time. Threw a right hand and a head kick same time. Bang, clocked him. And I pulled it back, though. Right? And he goes, fuck, how'd you do that? I go, man, you're slipping. You're slipping my right hand. You're doing it all the time. And you're slipping. We're kickboxing. We're not just boxing. So he's slipping onto my right side. So I threw a right hand so he can slip, and a head kick, bang. And I pulled it back, and he knew I pulled it back, and he was just like, and the name is Ramazan. He was like he lived in Thailand, he's a Russian guy, lived in Australia too, fought Steve McKinnon, I think a couple of times in Queensland. Real good guy, real tough, Russian, real tough guy, Ramazan.
I was actually watching one of your fights, and it was against a guy. He was tough, but the skills were nowhere near on the same level. He trained out of a primary school, the commentators said. I can't remember what his name was, but he was a tough guy, but you were really dominating him. And you kept on throwing a jab, and then he just dropped his hands, and you did it. I'm talking 5, 6, 7 sort of times, and just kept collecting him with a left hook as well.
I think I knocked him out with left hooks.
Yeah, and you just it was brutal. He kept getting him with the same punch.
He was Northern Territory champ. This is Northern Territory. This is in Darwin.
Yeah,
and fought for Australian title. He was undefeated. That guy. Yeah, even though he didn't look good, but
he didn't look good on the night. But on his other fights, he looked alright.
I broke my hand in the first round.
Oh, really?
That fight. And my trainer Ron Parr, because I had a couple of trainers. Ron Parr, he comes in the corner. He goes, "What happened?" I go, "I broke my hand." He goes, "Oh, he was reffing."
Oh,
and
yeah?
I had Daniel Dawson and Mike Cope in the corner. I go, "What happened?" I broke my hand. He goes, "Hit him with the left." Okay, well, kept going, right? And in the end, it was triple left hooks.
Yeah, you kept on setting him up for it, though. And I felt sorry for this guy watching because he kept on falling for it. Yeah. But what
just when you as time goes, when you get older, you start to pick shit instead of just throwing stuff. You start to look for things, yeah. And a lot of people do the same mistake. It's not all mistake or same habit, right? And when you know, okay, he's doing that, or he's sliding back, or he's checking this way, or he's stepping in every time he jabs, you read that stuff, so you learn to counter it once, twice. Okay, that's what he's doing. Bang, let him counter it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And then you counter it and you hit him. So you get to read people. It's like someone like elite, like Mayweather. Mayweather knows before his opponent's throwing something, he already knows what he's throwing it. Whether he creates it, he rolls here, whatever. And it just when you know what's around the corner.
When you watch someone like Mayweather, it looks so effortless. And you know, people get stuck into Mayweather who don't know much about boxing because they think he's a boring fighter or whatever. But when you actually watch him and what he's doing and for how he's evolved from being pretty boy Mayweather to Floyd Money Mayweather as well, the way he's preserved himself and had 51 now professional fights, and
he can still fight.
Yeah,
he doesn't get hit, so when you don't get hit, you can still fight.
He used to be a bit more fiery in the ring and that's entertaining, but now it's just a beautiful science to watch.
How long could you be fiery, or fiery, get in and trade, whatever? How long would your career last? Especially when it's just head punching. 90% of it's head punching. You know what I mean? So you got to change your game. And so he's so evasive, hit and don't get hit. How good's that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And he's the best at it as well.
He's God.
Yeah.
Like him or hate him, the guy's unbelievable.
Yeah.
There's a reason why he's undefeated. Yeah.
Yeah. Just on the note of Robert Whittaker as well.
Okay.
He's obviously fighting Israel Adesanya at UFC 243 in Melbourne.
Awesome.
Do you reckon you'll be there?
Yep. Would I be there or would
you reckon you'll go?
You know what? My wife's saying, we're going. I go, first of all, tickets will get sold in about 8 minutes, right? Second of all, I'd rather stay home and watch the whole fight. I'd rather go there and you just see two little people.
It's annoying, isn't it? Because
we're in a Marvel Stadium.
Yeah, it's a 60,000 person stadium. Like, how much are you going to see unless you get the elite of the elite seats?
You know what I mean? No, we could, but
the atmosphere will be don't but you'd hope that they've got
the atmosphere will be unbelievable.
Screens.
There'll be screens everywhere, but you're going to screen the atmosphere. I'd rather, I don't know, I'll just stay home and just watch it. You know what I mean? But I should go.
I'm keen to see what you think about the stylistic sort of matchup between Adesanya and Robert Whittaker as well, because you know Robert Whittaker and you've trained with him.
Okay, I'll pick Rob. He's going to win the fight. Now, if it was a kickboxing fight, Adesanya the guy's unbelievable. Too crafty, he's too slick, he's too this, too. It's just slick. And I know boys from my best mates from NZ. Who he won King of the Ring. Adesanya won, get my mates run King of the Ring, you know, and they go, this guy's gifted. Kickboxing is different though. Bigger gloves, different stuff. You know what I mean? And MMA is different. You got to think of other stuff too now. You know what I mean? And plus, if you get hit with MMA gloves, look at Adesanya's last fight. Look at his face, how banged up he was. He showed adversity. Gastelum had that fight. Gastelum hit him with a head kick. And Adesanya was rocked and he went up against the cage with the guard up. What does Gastelum do? go there, want to take him down. Wrong move.
So you reckon
body uppercut and would have knocked him out. He was gone. But went to try to take him down. At the stage, he said, bang, rested, regrouped, and then, But look how banged up he was.
Going into that fifth round is one of the coolest things. You see Adesanya in the corner, and he says to himself, "I'm ready to die."
It shows you the person he is.
Pretty
striking, he's one of the best strikers. I love his style. I love his style. He's just so crafty. He's so evasive. He's in and out. You know, I also love in and out. Hit and don't get hit. Make him miss, make him pay. He's best at it now.
He builds his game around. He says, "I don't hit and hope. I aim and fire." I love
precision beats power. Yeah. You know what I mean? When why throw 30 punches and land 10 when he can throw 30 punches and land 32?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why he works on the precision, right? So I just think my tips on Robert.
Yeah.
Because Rob comes from different angles. He doesn't throw punches normally. He doesn't throw kicks normally. He just bang with his karate. There's different angles. Rob fought a killer twice. Went the distance, 5 rounds twice with Yoel Romero. That guy's nuts. I don't get scared of anyone, but if I have to fight this guy, I'm going to give it all. But mate, I'm expected to be hurt. But Rob's fought him twice. And you know what I mean? You
can't that dude is just cut from a different cloth completely.
He is. He's a freak.
He's a physical freak.
Freak.
His neck. He doesn't have a neck. He's
you know what I mean? And look how he looks. He looks better than people in their 20s, mate.
Yeah.
So I just think Rob will get him. You know what I mean? I just believe Rob will get. I believe Rob gets him.
I'm rooting for the Aussie. I think he's such a good champion as well.
Humble.
Yeah.
Great guy.
So you really liked Rob from your time working with him?
Awesome guy. Like I said, he was one of the most dedicated guys out. Right? He was one of the most dedicated guys out. And so confident too. Like when he goes, like when he turned it on, I'm like, I was confident. You know what I mean? I turn on. I'm the type of guy that I don't need to turn on. Someone throws a punch, it's on.
You laugh a lot when you fight.
Yeah, yeah. But just when you get into comfort zone, yeah. But he just turned it on like that. And if you see one of the time when he was about to fight, I was holding pads in the change room. Bang, 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 bang. He picked it up quick. He was the one that picked it up quicker than everyone else.
As in what picked up the
all
energy?
The combos, all the stuff that I showed him. And I don't show him what works for me. I show him what works. He's different than this guy. This guy's different than Richie Vass. Richie Vass is shorter, you know what I mean? Different weight class. Robert's tall, you know what I mean? Taller guy. You got to find what works for them. So I try to show basics and then I'll tweak things when I'm sparring them or something like that. Say, man, try this or try that. And he learned straight away and he won it.
Yeah. And then he goes.
And he had power.
And he goes into beast mode on fight day as well.
Mate, bad.
You see the way he looks. He looks like a pit bull.
Bad.
Being freaking held back awesome. At the lead.
Kill or be killed. Yeah. You know what I mean? And not kill, not kill. There's no be killed, kill. He doesn't think of
Yeah, I think Adesanya's been very active and Rob, people are sleeping on him a little bit because he hasn't been as active.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that he gets up and does it as well. What's it like to fight it?
Active, when you say active as in cage time.
Yeah.
But what about the training? You're still doing it, mate. You know what I mean? It's not like I haven't done it in 6 months.
Like
train 8-week camps and get in and fight.
Yeah, man. You know? So what was it like when you were doing the Ultimate Fighter in terms of like your relationship with other coaches and
all right. With the Aussie coaches, good guys. There was Leonard, the boxing coach. There was there was a wrestling coach and a jiu-jitsu coach. Both good guys. I forgot their names. They were really good guys. We got along really good with them. The other team with Ross Pearson and all his coaches, there was a bit of stuff behind the scene. You know what I mean? I ended up slapping the wrestling coach outside our hotel room because he got smart. Yeah.
What was he saying? What was he doing?
As we came back from going out, I think grabbing a bite to eat, they were going out and then they were getting smart. And then one of our guys, the wrestling coach.
Did you guys go to the same restaurant or?
No. We're coming out of the hotel. We're staying in the same hotel.
Yeah.
Big mate, it's a big story. Good story. And then they started getting smart. One of the guys goes, "Oh, why are you getting smart for?" One of our guys. And the wrestling coach, he was a short guy, but apparently he's a good wrestling coach, started getting smart. "Oh, what are you guys going to do? Bunch of old retards, you know?"
Is that
so
right?
I walked up to him and go, "What'd you say?" What are you going to do? You're an old retard. So I went, whack, I slapped him, but I pulled it back.
Backhand or?
The front, like that. Left hand too, yeah. But it was like loud noise. It was bang, but I pulled it back. Not to rock him or anything, just to let him know, right? Don't worry about this old retard, right? And I pulled it back and he went, and I don't like to talk about this stuff, but this is part of the show.
Yeah.
And he went, I can't believe you did that. And then I started saying some really bad stuff, right?
What did you expect?
Well, yeah, I started saying I'll put you in the boot of the car and things like that, right? And I don't care about the cameras in the show. Like, I really don't care. I didn't care. I didn't need the show. You know what I mean? So I really don't care. Don't talk like that, especially off camera. So different on camera. You don't be play up on a camera, but off camera, come on, man. It's a different ball game here. You're in my country too, and you know.
Yeah.
And you're talking to me.
And he didn't say too much after.
Shit himself. Everyone, Ross Pierce, Ross and all that. All respect to Ross for later. You know, they were really good guys, you know what I mean? But just happened to be the opposite side. Everyone put their hands in their pants and just looked down, didn't even make a boo. Because they knew it was going to be on.
And this was their team as well? Or the whole team?
No, this is just the coaches. All the coaches,
yeah.
All the coaches said nothing. So it was a bit of rivalry with the coaches. And behind the scenes, there was another incident. Every time the boys fought, George would say something smart when we win, and you know when the cameras are on, they say, "Oh, we got a good striking coach. You know, you can come and join us." One of the boys got knocked out, so you know. And then there was an incident behind the scenes, right, where George was walking in the car park, and they had the striking coach there, their striking coach, and they got into a scuffle, right? Yeah, none of us saw it, right? They got into a scuffle, went into the
as in someone said something, and then they did.
It was on.
Oh yeah.
Right, well, punching on in the car park, went into the offices, punching, chasing each other around, whatever. And then we got told about it. And, you know, like, what the fuck? George, what are you doing? That's something I would do, not you.
Yeah.
Right? And so I grabbed whatever, and he had a bit of a shiner in a whatever. I don't know what happened. They were fighting, yeah? And then it was all chaos, right? But we had to pull it back because it would have escalated, you know? Next morning, Dana White Skyped us one big screen, and he had all the trainers there.
Was this on cameras?
Nah, they had it on cameras, but they didn't play it. Yeah, it was full on.
Wow, you would expect them to play it because of the publicity.
Mate, it was bad.
Really?
Like,
it wouldn't have looked good.
Dana, no, what we did was bad. We shouldn't do that, man. It's got to be professional. But, you know, heat at the moment, you got to get smart. Don't get smart. But anyway, it happened to Charles Sutton with Vanderlei Silva.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
It was like that, but I'm surprised they didn't play it. Dana White started giving it to all of us. You fucking this, fuck that, fuck. We were meant to get UFC happening in Australia. You're meant to set an example. Fucking this, fuck. Like, it went right off. Everything he said was right. We are meant to set an example. We are meant to build this sport and whatever, and we're fucking it up by doing this. And he goes to everyone, promise me. And he's pointing fingers on this big, 18-inch, whatever, this big screen TV, right? Pointing fingers at all of us. Promise me you drop it, you stop it right now. And everyone's going, yes, Dana. Everyone's shitting at Dana. They're all scared. Like, yes, Dana, yes, sir, no worries, yes, sir. And I'm like, whatever. And everyone's like, George starts going, George started smirking a bit. And Dana goes, big guy. And he's pointing at me. I go, what? Big guy. Promise me you're gonna end it now. And I go, I can't promise you shit. Everyone's like, what? This old fucker is fucked about, because I'm probably one of the oldest ones there. Right? George is laughing, right? He's like, what is, right? And he's like,
this is the boss man you're talking to.
Well, my boss. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Principals, mate. They get smart, they cop it.
Yeah.
Right? But and Dana's like, he actually stuttered. Dana doesn't stutter. He went, what do you mean? I go, Dana, I can't promise you shit. Because what do you mean? That's how we said it. I go, I got my morals, my values, my principles. If I promise you something I can't keep, what kind of a human being am I? Am I? And he's like, oh, okay. He goes, you promise me you'll end it now. I go, okay, Dana, I'll promise you this. And I point at those guys. They started talking. Oh, Dana, we didn't do it. I go, Dana, they're fucking lying to you now. Mate, I'm Greek and we talk with our hands. We're passionate when we talk. Not that we're angry. Yeah. If you look at us talking, come to a family function, we're screaming. I'm
Italian, we're the same, mate.
Right? Yeah, see, they're screaming. Everyone's like, they're arguing. No, we're not arguing. We're just Greek, Italian. You know what I mean? We walk, you know? Anyway, and then I'm like, and I'll go, I can't, because they're lying to you now. He goes, Nick, promise me now. You end it. I go, I'll promise you this. If they don't fuck up, I won't touch him. How's that? He goes, good enough. You know, and then I walked out, I kicked the doors, everything, and that was it. That night, they moved him out of our hotel room into another hotel room in a different part of the city in Sydney, just so we won't interact or whatever, you know what I mean? That's what they did. That's how bad it was. And then the next morning, there was a fight pick. They got smart. They go, George, because George had a bit of a shiner, we've got a good striking coach if you want to join our team, right? And then this is on camera. This is all on camera. This if you'd have seen the show, you would have seen it. And then I'm like, and he goes, oh, yeah, what happened to you? Because the guy that said it got knocked out by Rob Whittaker, I think, right? And then I turn around and go, I'll take on your striking coach, right? Because he was getting smart too, yeah?
This is back when they used to do coaches at the end. The coaches used to fight at the end.
This is the same, yeah, when they used to fight, George fought Ross Pearson at the end, right? And I go, I'll take on your striking coach. And then they're going, oh, you're 2 weight divisions heavier. I go, where I'm coming from, I'm not talking about weight divisions, mate. And I started going up to him, you know what I mean? And everyone's like, try to hold him back or whatever. And one of the Russian guys, who was actually a good fighter, but he got knocked out by one of our boys. He goes, oh, would you put the gloves on then? I go, shut up. You had 30 seconds of fame. You got knocked the fuck out. Shut up. You know what I mean? But then, because Dana said, don't stir it up. But they were stirring it up. So I lost it. But it was ended up being sweet after that. It ended up being sweet after that. We got along good after. We had the after party and you all got along good, you know, whatever. Yeah,
so, all's fair and
love. But I didn't know. I seen the camera. I thought we were going to play up. No, I just had to be yourself. But I even said to the producers, Lisa, I already packed my bags. I'm ready to go. She said, what do you mean? I'm having dreams that I'm going to get this guy and I'm going to do bad things to this guy, right? And I need to go. She goes, please, Nick, the camera loves you. Please stay. Her name is Shelley, I think her name. She was the producer. The camera loves you. Please, please. I go, listen, I'm telling you, I've packed my bags because I'm ready to do something, right, to teach these guys a lesson and something really bad, and then I'm going to fly out. Oh, Nick, if you really think like that, you know, maybe you should go, but we really love you to stay. And then everyone's begging me, George, everyone like, please stay, please stay. So got my bearings together. I had to focus, be professional. I shouldn't have even thought like that, but I just let it get to me because I didn't know how the show worked. I just thought, you disrespect me, you're getting it.
Yeah.
That's how we come up. We don't, you know what I mean? All the boys here, the old school boys, you don't get smart. We don't get smart. We just fight or whatever, you know, but I'll let that get to me. So I didn't. But yeah, in the end, it was really, very good.
That's a hilarious story. I can't believe Dana White called you guys and was giving you guys a spray, and you told him that.
I told him.
You told him where to go.
Whatever. And he's seen it, right? And he goes, mate, and he goes, promise me. I can't promise something I can't keep.
Did you have any other interactions with Dana White, or was that it?
No. I was waiting for him to go to the show in Queensland for the finale, but he wasn't there. I would have come up to him, hi.
Big guy, remember me?
Big guy, yeah. But it would,
Yeah. Did you corner Rob in the final?
No, because they had their own trainers. Yeah.
Oh, so he went back to his grassroots trainer.
Yeah. George flew me to Washington State for 2 weeks to help him train up there, to stand up and all that. So I did that for George. I was in George's corner for his fight, but yeah.
George, wasn't he on the Ultimate Fighter before that as well?
Ultimate Fighter before that. And he did good. I think he got eye poked, right, in one of the fights. Like he won 2 fights or something. He got eye poked and he had that 5-minute break. And he thought, no, I want to go. But panicking, thinking that he's got to go. So he should have had the 5-minute break to get his eye better, but couldn't see. Like really bad eye poke. And he ended up losing that fight.
Yeah.
And then he was out of the show. But yeah.
He had a few fights in the UFC as well, didn't he?
Had a few fights. He had 7 wins. Like he was undefeated in the UFC. Then he had a loss and all that. I think he fought RDA as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he fought RDA. Yeah.
I'm only 23, you see. So this was like while I was just getting into MMA and stuff.
10, 9, 10, 11. Yeah.
Yeah. Last 4 or 5 years, I reckon I've started to really get into it.
I love it.
Yeah, me too.
I don't watch boxing. I watch boxing if there's anything good. Kickboxing, I'm not interested unless one of my boys are fighting. I'll go watch the local shows. UFC, babe, we're going nowhere today. We're watching 6 hours of UFC.
Yeah, mate. Every Sunday.
Love it.
I'm on it. But my favorite thing is the up and coming Aussie fighters. I can't get enough of that. I love seeing the hometown boys.
How good are they? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good on them.
When I see Alex Volkanovski about to fight Max Holloway, I'm like, this is a guy from the burbs.
Yeah. Sydney, mate. How good's that guy?
Yeah.
Didn't he go there to do a weight? Do a weigh-in just in case there was a
he made weight on the weekend in case either Max Holloway or Frankie Edgar pulled out.
Yeah.
He made weight, which is just like dedication and just shows that he's
really. Did they get paid for that? I'm sure
No,
they get something.
He didn't.
Really?
That's why it was so sensational. But like, this is a guy.
He travelled 37 hours.
Yeah. This is a guy who says they paid him to be there.
Yeah, okay.
But they didn't like pay him like a fight bonus.
No, fight bonus. Okay,
yeah. But this is a guy who says when he says that he'll fight anytime, anywhere, he means it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's such a good fighting Aussie spirit, and I love that about him. You know, what's it like to fight in front of for a world title in Vegas?
The way I got called up for that fight, I didn't have a camp or nothing. I was in a bit of trouble here, so I was going through courts and stuff like that. Boys being boys, you know, helping our friends as usual. When the case got thrown off, when I beat the case, it was just fighting salts, you know. When I beat the case, my trainer, Ron Parr, rings me. He was in Thailand. They were getting a team to go to Vegas. Daniel Dawson, Rotung, all these elite fighters, you know what I mean? Turbo, all these guys, yeah? And they wanted to go, what happened? I go, I beat the case. He goes, can you fly out? I go, yeah. Fly out tomorrow. You come to Thailand. We're going to Vegas in 2 weeks. You find a Mansa Gibson. I'm like, fucking, what, really? And I didn't train. I was in party mode thinking I'm going to go to jail or something. You know what I mean?
Are you serious? Yeah. And you've only got a few weeks to prepare for a world title fight.
2 weeks. Well, it was 2 weeks. So jumped on a plane, went to Thailand. First day was my training was killer. Second day killer. By the end of the week, when we're doing the runs, I'm beating everyone. All the lighter boys. I was beating the runs. I was faster than everyone.
Is it a mental thing or is it?
I just think when you, I don't know, mental thing, or determination, push. You know what I mean? Adversity, all that stuff. You know, I just think when you train so long, you just body and you're healthy and you're young. You know what I mean? You pick up. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not like you start from scratch. Even though I wasn't training for 6 months. I was training, but it was like once, twice a week instead of my usual 5 times a week. So I didn't have a base fitness either, but my fitness just came up. Then we flew to Thailand, flew to Vegas. The whole team flew to Vegas. Stayed in the Stardust Casino. And then he still didn't sing to me, I'm going to fight Mansa Gibson. And like, it didn't bother me. If I had 2 weeks notice, if I beat this guy, I beat one of the legends. 100 wins, mate, this guy's had. 68 knockouts. Fought Australian boys, fought Tosca, right? And you see the fight, he just different league, different fight. It's just awkward. Fought Ian Jacobs, same shit. He fought Ernesto Hus, knocked him down a few times. He fought everyone.
Did you fight Houston K1?
K1 rules, yes, but that would have suited him better.
Yeah.
My one was Thai boxing, and that's what fucked him up. So if I lost to him, it doesn't matter. I lost to like the Mike Tyson of kickboxing. Or the god of kickboxing, you know what I mean? So got there at the weigh-in. Ron Parr, the day of the fight, goes, listen, not one punch, not one kick for 3 rounds till I tell you. I go, what do you mean? Just check, going forwards, lift your legs up, going forwards, and just grapple, lock on, and just elbows. I'm like, this is my first Thai boxing, full Thai rules fight. I don't have Thai rules. That was my first. I was doing kickboxing, and then kickboxing with knees. This is my first Thai boxing, like clinching, all that. Although I was clinching in Thailand or whatever, that was my first fight. And I'm like, okay, I've got to listen to my trainer, have him do that, and that's what wanted me to fight. I just checked up his spinning back kicks, landing on my shins. You know what I mean? Cover the spinning back fists on my heads, just covering and coming an elbow, and just threw him on. And in like Vegas, you know that double clinch lock on and just knee. You have to let go when you knee, like K1 style. So again,
how many people are watching? How many in the audience?
Mate, it was sold out. It was Stardust Casino.
Fuck.
So I don't know, 10,000, 20,000. I'm just guessing. Yeah, it was sold out.
That would have been the big. Would it be the biggest one you fought in front of?
That and the Vodafone Arena K1. When he was here. That one. That was semi-main event there for Super Fight.
Wow.
That was pretty big with Tarak shows. One of the Tarak shows.
Man, I can't even imagine what it's like. I fought in front of 1,000 people for the FightFit challenge.
Yeah.
And that's just a FightFit challenge. Yeah. It's not like anyone's got any stakes on it. But man, like the pressure.
In Vegas, I didn't have pressure because I didn't know anyone. I didn't care. Yeah. And you know what? I didn't care because I fought someone that it's okay to lose to this guy. If you lost to this guy, it's okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I didn't feel the pressure. And when I beat him, it didn't sink into like weeks later. Everyone's going, "Man, you beat Mansa Gibson." And in Thailand, the guy that organised it all, right? You beat Mansa Gibson, right? And everyone in Australia, you beat Mansa Gibson. And then when I started sinking in, I beat Mansa Gibson. When I won the fight, I didn't care. I was like, okay, I won the fight. But it's like, oh, yeah, it's another guy. But I didn't really sink in that I beat this guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That so many have tried and so many got knocked out.
Yeah.
He's only had 6 losses when he fought me. Then he fought me, he had 7 losses. Yeah, so, yeah, it didn't sink in.
Were you a massive underdog coming into that?
Everyone thought I was going to lose. Even the Americans, Wayne Parr, Errol, whatever, they all thought, oh, you know, can fight this guy.
So did you speak to John Wayne Parr before the fight or?
I spoke to him before and I spoke to him after.
Really?
Yeah. After he goes, oh, I was meant to fight him, rah. Yeah, I don't know. Wouldn't have fought him the way I fought him. You know what I mean?
That's unreal, man. So would you say that
but
was...
John Wayne Parr is a superstar, yeah?
Yeah.
I'll take it after that guy would fight anyone, anywhere. How many fights has he had? He's still fighting, mate. What a legend. He is one of the legends of Australian fighting.
We were talking about this off camera before. I was saying that's what got me in my love of fighting going. Not for practically fighting, but just my love of the sport and following the sport was from a really early age. My first memory of it is my dad used to love John Wayne Parr, and every time he'd be fighting, we'd have it on the TV. And I remember the commentators talking, we'd get so excited when he'd win.
Mate, Jake, I'll tell you, when I first met him, there was a show, I think it might have been Tarek shows. Wayne Parr was probably 16, 17 or something like that. He fought Chris Allen, right? One of Dana Goodson's boys. Dana was one of the best trainers, like Paul Feifel, no, it was Paul Feifel, Dana, they were the elite, yeah? Tarek, you know, they were all these boys, they were the elite. One of Dana Goodson's fighters. Now, Chris Allen cut him up so bad, he had like stitches everywhere, blood, and I think it was Dave Hedgecock, and Dave was saying, I'm going to stop the fight, and Wayne's begging, please don't stop, please. I've got worse in Thailand, please. Like begging. Anyone else, like, he didn't have one cut, he had like multiple cuts. The kid was getting cut up, and you just see this kid shaking, mate, please don't stop it, I've got worse in Thailand. And I'm like, mate, look at the heart on this kid. That's why he's a superstar.
Yeah.
Like,
It takes someone special. What is he, a 10-time world champion and something like that?
Mate,
he's done absolutely everything you could possibly.
Mate, well, if I had half of the fights he had, I'd be content. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's a legitimate legend of kickboxing Australia, Thai boxing, kickboxing, a fighter of Australia.
And how do you see it playing out with him and Mundine?
I don't know.
It's in boxing rules, so Mundine has that advantage, even though John Wayne Parr did have pro boxing fights as well.
He's had pro boxing fights, but I think, I don't know. They're both over, you know what I mean, past their prime, whatever. So at least they're both past their prime, not one past their prime and the other one isn't. You know what I mean? They're both past their prime. I would like John Wayne Parr to win. But who would win? I reckon Mundine might get him.
Even after seeing Mundine get decimated by Horn in the first round?
Well, Horn, young line, old line. That's how it works.
That's true. Yeah? That's true.
Young line, old line.
Yeah.
When you go,
Lion nevertheless, though, I guess.
You know what I mean? So, but now they're both the same, you know, at their age and at their, you know, they're over their prime, whatever. So it could be an interesting fight. I reckon. I don't know. I guess
I
want John Wayne to win.
It's mutually beneficial though, because John Wayne Parr never had that commercial success that I think that he was really after, and he'll make a killing from this for sure. And more people will know his name. He already does have a following. He's been on the Joe Rogan podcast twice.
You know, what a superstar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's a pretty big deal as well.
Yeah.
That gives a lot of people a real platform to get like a big following as well, being on those.
Hey, Wayne, everyone knows, everyone all over the world in Thai boxing knows the name Wayne Parr.
Yeah.
Win, lose or draw, the guy went out and fought.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's about like more wins, you know what I mean? But the guy went out and fought.
Yeah.
You know, and they just love fighting. The Queenslanders, I mean, everyone loves fighting. The people that fight, they love fighting, but they just give it all. That's why they got, 100 fights? How many fights has he got? What a superstar.
Do you reckon if you were to start your career now, say that you were a 15, 16-year-old guy right now, looking at what pathway you should go on, do you think you'd go UFC, MMA sort of pathway, or do you think you'd, Yeah.
I don't regret I don't regret anything in the past. There's a couple little things, whatever, but I don't regret. I should have taken my fighting more seriously. I should have instead of being to Thailand, should have done Thailand a couple of times. I should have went to Holland because I was a bigger guy. And in those days, there wasn't people my weight fighting in Thailand, like they're all lighter guys. So if I was 70 kilos, 71, 72, 69, 74. Yeah, I was in Thailand, but I was 88 kilos lean.
Yeah.
So if I should have went to Holland and got battered by the boys there and or trained with the big boys.
You did train with some of the best Dutch ones. I'm having a mental blank. I can't remember who the Dutch guy was that you.
One of the most
trained with.
Peter Ertz.
Peter Ertz, that's one.
The lumberjack, mate.
Yeah.
I was his training partner for about four last K1 fights that he had. He'd come to Thailand, tune up with that, and I was sparring with him and all that. Yeah.
So you like the Dutch style of kickboxing?
Yeah. Dutch style.
They've got so many great exponents of.
They're tough.
Yeah.
When they do sparring drills, it's like a fight. You know what I mean? So yeah, they're just tough.
It's weird that they don't have many big fighters now, UFC fighters.
They do.
UFC fighters.
UFC, no. Well, it's El Sobrin. Gurkhan Saki.
Yeah.
They've signed him up, but he hasn't fought since the last time. I don't know. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think it's funny they haven't because that's a lot of them doing glory, aren't they? Still.
Yeah. So you think you would have gone MMA, done your wrestling, done your jiu-jitsu? If you
it was before my time, yeah. So, but if it was like now, and I was a 15-year-old kid, excuse me, MMA.
Its prominence now
MMA,
is different.
and I would have made it.
Yeah.
Like if I had the talent, I don't like to talk about myself, but I know what I can do. I know what I'm capable of. But I would have done whatever set my heart on. I would have excelled. I would have done, MMA is just the best.
Yeah, it's all the really top fighters.
They're making really good money when they make it. You know what I mean? It's good for them because they get battered and they deserve to get paid well.
All the top fighters that I've had on this pod, I mean, I've had Dave the Rock Headcock on the podcast. I've had Paul Fifield on the podcast.
Superstars, mate.
And now I've had yourself on the podcast. Yeah. No one ever likes to talk about themselves, but you guys are all so humble. But nowadays, that's gone out the door.
Well, you know what? It's like to market, to promote, and to get your name out there, and do social media and networking. You need to do it. But when I first came back from Thailand 2 years ago, I joined the FightFit team. Get on Facebook, get this, do that. I got on. I'm like, no. I stopped it. I'm on Facebook, as in my name's on there, but I don't activate. I don't go on it. I got Messenger to keep it like WhatsApp, but I just don't. I don't know. I don't want to brag in this, although I've done a lot of things, but I don't want to. I feel like it's bragging, but it's not. It's social media. It's networking, getting work, and marketing yourself, promoting yourself.
It's kind of part of the gig now.
You got it to make money, and I just, I just got to get my mindset over that. Batch is trying to get me on here for months, and I'm going, no. I'm not going on here.
Do you have social media? Do you have Instagram or do you?
No.
Yeah.
Rowan from Collingwood set me up an Instagram account. I go, I'm not using it. Don't worry, I'll use it. So apparently I'm on there, but I've never used it.
I'll send this to Rowan then.
Send it to Rowan. Here's the thing, Jake. It's like I see myself. Okay, you're getting punched and kicked all day. I go online, check the Facebook, put a post on there, then I and I'll scroll, whatever. Get caught up in that. How long is that going to take? 30 minutes, an hour and a half sometimes. Every spare time you get caught up doing that. Then I'll get Instagram. Then start doing that on Instagram. 3-4 hours doing that. I'd rather be training that time, because I need to try to get some training time in, whatever. I'd rather be training. I'd rather be training others, or I'd rather be just chilling,
doing productive stuff.
Then being on the, get caught up on that social media, flicking the screen and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I just turned off it. So if I do have a business on my own one day or whatever, I'll employ someone else to do that stuff for me. I won't do it. I don't want to get caught up doing it.
100%.
I want to sit at home. I got my little daughter. That's my little daughter with rosy cheeks, whatever. I'm gonna start flicking and not even looking at her.
Yeah.
I won't look at her now.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome, man.
That's so that's why I'm not on social media. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah.
So if on that note, what kind of advice would you give to young people who are coming up in life as well, but also people who are coming up trying to be fighters or trying to improve their fitness and health and well-being? Nothing
beats hard work. Have your faith in your trainer. If you don't have faith in your trainer, you're questioning him. I mean, he's not your right trainer for you. Sacrifice. Years ago, we started Zendukai. Everyone started Zendukai. That's what the boys. Zendukai karate was the thing. That was 13 when I started. It was self-motivated then. You know what I mean? Parents didn't take us there. We went by ourselves. This day and age, you got to be pushed into doing stuff. You know what I mean? As a parent, as a young kid, and to embed that in you, you got to sacrifice. If you don't go to your mate's 21st birthday because you're fighting a week later because you're getting people smoking, drinking, so be it. Don't go. You know what I mean? The reward will pay for it. You may well understand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Things like that. other people are out partying, carrying on, going out, girls, guys, whatever. I'm talking about guys and girls, you know what I mean, doing whatever, and they're enjoying themselves. The weekends, you got to not go and just train hard if you want to succeed. You know what I mean? There's a time and place after your fight. Go and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Come back, train hard again.
It's very hard to sort of get into that mindset though, hey, because people always have fear of missing out.
You miss out on something. What are you going to miss out on?
Yeah, you think of the bigger picture, hey?
Grabbing a girl, picking up a girl, or a girl picking up a guy, or missing, we had a great night. Well, you're young. You're going to have fucking thousands of great nights. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But people are going to remember those nights, but they'll remember your achievements. Yeah? Oh, you didn't come to my birthday, but fuck, you bashed this guy. You done well. What a fight of the year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, yeah, you got to sacrifice. In any sport you do, right? Boxing, tennis, cricket, basketball, football, whatever. They give up their freedom of doing things what kids should do, or teenagers should do, or young adults should do, but to excel in their field, even with work. Let's go out. No, I've got to get up for work to do this. Well, you know what I mean? But doesn't mean don't have a life, but there's time and place. But balance when you got to do your balance. But this is the foundations of life. So train hard, fight hard.
Yeah, nothing's going to hit you in the face, hey?
Yeah. Every time I cut corners, I lost. Like I went out, I won the fight. I won the fight on the K1 Super Show at Vodafone Arena. Weekend, let's go. We'll go out. Let's get on. Let's party and whatever. You're fighting in 2 weeks again. Don't worry, you'll be right. Yeah, went out party. 2 weeks later, boom, I got dropped. Boom, flashed like, you know what? I shouldn't have done that 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and
it showed. You know what I mean? She said, "No, you guys go out. I'll catch you in the morning." You know what I mean, like that. But that's every time. Every time I did that, and that's what happened.
Hard work, sacrifice, and thinking of that big picture.
And I know I've done it. So people say, I could do this. No, you can't do that. You could do that when you're young. As you get older, you'll catch up. Yeah. I've been experienced. I've done it. So people can say don't do it, but when they haven't experienced it, even though the advice is the right advice, but when you haven't experienced it, then you definitely know you can't do it. You know what I mean? You'll get away from it. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
so
awesome. That's why I love doing this podcast, is because I get to speak to guys like you and hear everyone's different sort of version of what hard work and sacrifice looks like to you.
Sacrifice.
And what that's meant to you.
Yeah. Hard work, sacrifice, and listen to everyone. Because what you might say, they might not be as experienced as me or whatever. You might say something like, oh, yeah, that might work. And just embrace it all. There's not only one way to throw a jab. There's not only one way to throw a kick. There's not only one to double leg someone and drop them on the ground.
Don't
listen to everyone and learn. And don't be stubborn and say, no, this is the way. No, well, learn. Listen. I encourage everyone. When someone tells me, but this trainer said do this way, I might not agree with it, but I'll say, yeah, that's okay. You can do it that way. But this is the opening for that, or these are the faults for that. This is the positive for that. But why don't you try this way? You know what I mean? Like that. So I always encourage, learn from everyone, and then show them. Okay, don't tell me a technique, and I'll say, yeah, that's good, but this is not good for it. You know what I mean? It's open for an uppercut, open for this, or I might, you know what I mean? Your left hand drops, or whatever it might be. Yeah, and I'll pick the faults, but yet I'll say good, but then try it this way, and mine might have faults too. Someone else might dissect that. I dissect everything. You know what I mean? I see everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I wish I had that mindset like now when I was fighting, mate.
Yeah. But you can give that.
But I didn't have anyone. I mean, I did. I had one trainer from the Zendukai days at my George Papadopoulos, Con Andronopoulos, my karate days. We had a lot of point scoring karate fights. Percy, I fought. Percy had one of the shows. It was Wildcat division. I bashed everyone there. Won that. The first boy I fought was one of Percy's boys on at the Hombu in the city. Bob Jones had fights every month there. So, and that was my first trainers. Then I sort of had a bit of a break, going out and the rest of it. Then I came back again. I had a back injury. So I was off work for a while, so I couldn't train as hard. And then Nick Talakouros, Dana Goodson, right? They pushed me hard. Nick Talakouros pushed me hard, yeah. Then he had an incident, health issues and all that, so he couldn't train no more. Ron Parr, different level altogether. So I learned from every one of them. You know what I mean? Then Bryce, at the end of my career run, had to go back to Perth, so I had Bryce. So I learned from every single Bryce Burke. So I learned from every single one of them. Every single one had their positives.
Must be important to be able to keep that open mind as well, not get stuck in your own ways.
Yeah, no, you can't.
One of my favorite sayings is that every man is your teacher, and whether that be in fighting, whether that be in life.
Do you know, when we first went to Thailand, the Thais didn't even look at us, you know what I mean? We were just foreigners, money. So I went to Sichuan Gym, which is one of the most famous gyms in Thailand, was the gym. That all the boys would tell you, all the Dave, everyone, you know, Dave Edgecombe, everyone, they all went there. That was the famous gym. I used to sit on the rope just watching these little kids come from school and doing the pads and doing all these movements. Oh, 6-year-old kid doing this side step. I'm like, shit, that's all right. I'm going to add that and add my speed. So I learned it from a 6-year-old, 7-year-old kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, you can't say, oh, no, there's always one way to execute a technique, but be open-minded to learn. You know what I mean? It might not look right. Okay, it might look right. If I adjust to this, like, oh, that's okay. So you're learning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's some fundamentals, okay, when you pivot, when you kick, you got to pivot. When you punch, you got to turn your hips. They're the right. If they don't do that, well, then you say, no, that's wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm open-minded. I learn from everyone.
So
everyone, even now. I say something, oh, that's okay. You know? So, yeah, always. And I encourage it. And when someone says, you know, because I know some people do PTs with different trainers, whatever, and I know. And I'll say, listen to your trainer, right? But get what works for you. When I'm showing you something, it might not work for you, or it might not work for you, or one thing might work. Embrace that. Put it in your arsenal. And your trainer will like, oh, that's okay. If not that they don't know, they'll say, oh, yeah, that's okay, you know, whatever. And then embrace it in your arsenal. Learn from everyone. That's why it's good to have all these trainers. Like in FightFit,
yeah.
How many super trainers are there?
All approachable as well, which is cool.
Oh, they have to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not. If your attitude, you're not part of it. I wouldn't be part of the gym.
I think we've got to wrap it up now. Then.
Wrap it up,
Unfortunately, it's running out of battery.
Yeah.
But, mate, thank you so much for coming on.
No worries. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So we'll do this again sometime.
Mate,
for sure.
No worries. We've got so many more stories.
Right.
Better ones.
Thank
you so much, man. Yeah. Cool.